So the film begins with a pretty girl. Her age was 10 to 12 years. Her head was adorned with horns and she also owned wings. Her name was Maleficent. She was a cute fairy. She was living in a magical forest. She hasn't seen the outer world till now. This beautiful forest was her everything. You can also think that she hasn't seen humans till now. But still, she is happy in her forest. There were all creatures in the forest except humans. There were also strange animals. One day, Maleficent was going somewhere in the forest. She sees a small boy. He was her age, so she inquired, "Who are you? What are you doing here?" That small boy tells Maleficent that I live in a kingdom nearby. I have seen a diamond here and I picked it. Maleficent takes that diamond back from him. She says, "Let me drop you to your kingdom." That boy says that okay, I will go, but will you be my friend? And if I will again come to this forest, so can I play here? Then Maleficent says that this is a magical forest and it's not good for you to come here. But let's see. With it, they shake hands. Then Maleficent feels current. Throughout reality, she felt current that flows from that boy's iron ring. She tells that the iron burns the fairies. So don't come while wearing it. After it, we see that boy returns to his kingdom. But that kingdom from which he comes to that kingdom wants to occupy that forest. The parents of that were also not alive. Becomes the good friend of Maleficent. And it didn't make sense to them that they were from the opposing kingdom. They play together and many years passed like this. That boy used to come there and play with Maleficent. Now they were grown older. They both were of 16 years and start liking each other. Maleficent thinks that humans are not the enemy of fairies. They are nice. She also doesn't know that there is also greed in them. One day Maleficent was thinking that many days passed and this boy is here. She remembers one more thing about that boy. He said that when I will grow older, I will occupy my kingdom. There is a castle there, I will also get it. It thus indicates that Maleficent was indeed unaware that the boy was money hungry. One day Maleficent was sitting in her forest. She sees that the king of another kingdom arrives there with a lot of army and horses to occupy the forest. Maleficent was the fairy of her forest. She knew very well to protect her forest. She stands up. She was more powerful now. She says to the king that you can't come to my forest. The king says that I didn't ask you. With it, he orders his army that I want her dead body. Now the army of the king moves towards the forest. But the strange creatures while sitting on the horses from the forest attack them. Now the king and his army were fully injured. All humans run from there with fear. That this is the magical forest and we can't fight with them. The king returns to his kingdom. The king was old and very weak. He gathered all the people. He says to them that you all know that there is a lot of treasure in that forest. And from the beginning I am saying to you that we will occupy that forest. But because of my condition I don't believe I can go there and fight. But I promise you that whoever kills Maleficent I will marry my daughter to him. Then among them a boy comes out. He says that I will go there. You will be shocked after hearing that who is that boy. This was Stefan. Means that small boy who plays with Maleficent. Now we see that Stefan goes to the rest to meet Maleficent. After many years he goes there and Maleficent asks him that where were you for many years? Don't you think about our friendship? He says that please forgive me, I was busy, but I didn't forget you. Even now I come here to tell you that our king wants to kill you. Just take care of yourself. I am here for your protection. After it, they start talking. Maleficent says that I forgive you. Because she didn't know that humans could be worse. She believes in him. Stefan, on the other hand, was a greedy person. He compels her to drink drugs from the water and she faints. After it, Stefan picks up the knife and was about to kill her. But he fails. Then in the next morning, we see that when Maleficent comes into her senses, she has no wings. There were her wounds. Seeing it, Maleficent didn't believe her eyes. She starts screaming and weeping. Because her beautiful wings were not with her. Now she was not a princess with wings. On the other side, we see that Stefan arrives at the king while taking the wings of Maleficent. He says that see I have completed the promise which I make with you. The king becomes happy with him. While taking the wings from him, he makes him the king of that kingdom. Here the dream of Stefan also completes. The dream of that greedy man. On the other side we are shown Maleficent in the forest. She was sad because she can't fly now. She was going somewhere while walking from the forest. She sees that a hunter is about to kill a crow. She can't bear all this. She immediately makes the crow a human. That hunter gets scared and runs from there. That crow that was now become a human, he comes to her. He says thank you. But why you do this? Then Maleficent says that I couldn't tell you. My heart feels sympathy for you. That crow says that now I will serve you the whole life. I will obey you whatever you will say. That crow was happy to become a human. Maleficent also agrees on it. She names him Dieval. Diavel brings information for her. Maleficent learns that Stefan ended her feathers in order to become king. She starts hating humans. Her trust in the humans removed. Then we see that Stefan had married the king's daughter in the kingdom. Now a daughter born in his house. There were a lot of celebrations. Nobody knows that who was coming there and who was coming there from the far distance. Getting a chance from it, Maleficent also goes there. She starts wishing for her. She says to that small baby that you are so pretty. But as you will turn 16, a needle will prick in your hand. After it, you will die. Then Stefan requests her and says her not to do this. Why are you taking my revenge on my daughter? Then Maleficent says that I was also a girl and remember what have you done with me? There was still some sympathy in Maleficent's heart. She says to Stefan that there is a solution. If your daughter will get her true love on her 16th birthday, her life can be saved. Stefan becomes worried because of this. He calls 3 small princesses and asks them to take her daughter far from here. Don't bring her here till she turns 16 years. Otherwise, her curse will be true. After it, he moves to attack the forest. But he couldn't do this, because Maleficent has covered the boundaries of the forest with her powers. No human can enter that forest. Then we see that princess, the daughter of Stefan, her name was Aurora. Those 3 fairies were taken her far. But Maleficent still knows her place. That where she was living. She tries to make her scared. But that small baby girl means Princess Aurora starts smiling. Now the heart of Maleficent becoming soft for her. Because Maleficent was a good fairy. She was not a cruel woman. The 3 fairies who take care of Princess Aurora were careless. Maleficent saves Aurora's life often. Sometimes she falls from the mountain or sometimes from trees. With time, Princess Aurora grows older. Princess Aurora was now 15 years old. This means only 1 year left to complete her curse. Now those fairies were taken her to the place. That place was in a boundary. That place was surrounded by the high woods. Princess Aurora has also not seen the outer world, as Maleficent has not seen. So she was in suspense that what is outside? One day she goes there and starts seeing there. Meanwhile, she feels that there is someone. She says that if there is someone come in front, I have to ask many questions. Now Maleficent was there. She comes in front of Princess Aurora. When she sees her, Princess Aurora screams and says, "You are the one who has taken care of me since I was a child. Why you didn't come in front of me? You are my godmother. I recognize you. And that crow with you, I also like that crow." Maleficent wasn't expecting that answer. So she also becomes happy from the inside. As I have told you that she was a good fairy. She starts loving Aurora. Now she doesn't want that the curse complete had I gave her. They have developed a good friendship. They live together, play together, and talk to each other like a mother-daughter. But when Princess Aurora was sleeping, Maleficent tries to take that curse back while using her powers. But she comes to know that the curse of many years can't be taken back, especially when it's time for that curse to be complete. Because of this, Maleficent was worried, because her 16th birthday was near. Then she prays that soon she will get her true love, so that her curse will reverse. After it, we see that in the morning Princess Aurora and Maleficent were talking in the forest. Princess Aurora asks Maleficent that where are your wings? All fairies have wings. Then Maleficent says I also had wings, but a human had snatched them from me. I was happy with them. I used to fly high in the sky. I miss my wings. With this, Maleficent was about to weep. Then Princess Aurora makes her quiet and says, "Don't worry. Tomorrow is my 16th birthday and I will take permission and will come to you to live with you. You are not alone, I am with you." But Maleficent knew that this wasn't possible until she gets her true love. It can't happen in one day. Princess Aurora was going to her home from there. She sees a boy on her way. He was handsome. He was of her age. As they see each other, they like each other. Well, after it, Princess Aurora goes to her home from there. She says to 3 fairies that I want to leave from here. She was saying to them that I want to go to Maleficent far from this house. The fairies think that maybe she knew that thing, that her parents are still alive and she wants to go to the kingdom. After her birthday, those 3 fairies tell her the truth, that what has happened and there is an evil fairy who wants to kill you. They tell her that was none other than Maleficent. Hearing it, Princess Aurora didn't believe her ears. Being sad, she goes to Maleficent. She asks her that is that true what I have heard? Maleficent says to her with love that yes, it is true, I have given you the curse. But now my heart is changed. I have done this just because of your father. I don't want you to die. I adore you. Although Princess Aurora was upset and had to depart, she runs towards the kingdom. Going there, she hugs her father, means King Stefan. She says that, "Father, I missed you a lot. I think that I am alone." Her father gets aggressive with those 3 fairies. I said that I have told you to bring Aurora after one day of her 16th birthday. Then while knowing everything why you brought her here. When the curse is about to complete, he orders his army to send her back. Locks her in a room. There should not be anything around her and none will go in that room. But that king can't stop the curse. As the 16th birthday of Princess Aurora comes, due to the effect of the curse, Princess Aurora automatically moves to that place where the spinning pins are. There were needles on them. Due to the curse, she touches that needle. Then she gets faint. She goes into a deep sleep. The king was worried because now his daughter was in deep sleep. She will never wake up. Maleficent was also feeling sad. She calls the boy who met with Princess Aurora on her way. She thinks that maybe they both like each other. Maybe if he meets Princess Aurora, she will wake up. Then Maleficent goes to that place with that boy where Princess Aurora was sleeping. Meanwhile, the fairy who was present there. She takes care of Princess Aurora. She says to the king that you are the father of Princess Aurora. Kiss her forehead, maybe she wakes up. Maybe you are her true love. Then King Stefan says no, I can never be someone's true love. I deceive Maleficent. That's why this is happening. Now when Maleficent takes that boy there and he goes near Princess Aurora, Princess Aurora doesn't wake up. Then Maleficent comes to know he is not her true love. Seeing it, Maleficent starts weeping. Then she says to her that I will miss you a lot. I will miss your smile. I can never forget you. Saying it while weeping, Maleficent kisses her forehead. Then she was about to leave from there. But then she hears a voice from behind. Stop, godmother. That was the voice of Princess Aurora. Yes, the true love of Princess Aurora was Maleficent, because she loves her from the heart. Princess Aurora says to Maleficent that I want to live with you in the forest. Then Maleficent was about to move from there while taking her with her. But then the army of the Stefan throws a net on them. That was an iron net that can burn the fairies. Here Maleficent was helpless. Then she makes her crow a dragon. That crow, which is now a dragon, starts putting out the fire of its mouth. It burns all the people present there. Maleficent was free now. But then King Stefan arrives there. With his left army members. He has worn an iron shield. To kill Maleficent for always. On the other side, Princess Aurora sees the wings of Maleficent. Those wings were moving. Like they knew that their owner was there. Princess Aurora releases those wings. They automatically attach with Maleficent. Maleficent again holds them. She flies Stefan with her. But she doesn't throw him down from the building. Stefan was about to attack her. Due to it, they both were about to fall from the building. Means from the castle. Stefan has held the wings of Maleficent to stop her from flying. But as they were about to fall on the ground, Maleficent opens her wings. And she flies. Due to it, Stefan falls to the ground and dies. This means that greedy man was not in this world now. Everything was fine. The next morning we see that Maleficent removes all the boundaries. Those she had placed around the forest. There the flowers bloom again. The greenery returns. After it, she says to Princess Aurora that now you are the queen of this forest. The kingdom and the forest were together. And all start living happily. Here the Maleficent Part 1 ends. Now I will explain to you Maleficent Part 2. As the movie starts, we see that some people come into that magical forest where Maleficent lives. They were stealing some magical creatures from there. During this, Maleficent also arrives there. Maleficent holds 2 of them among those 3. But the third run from there in the far forests while stealing that creature. There were the glowing flowers. That man runs towards the kingdom from there. He opens a door. We see a hand of a man from a hole there. The man who steals the creature gives it to another man. There was a glowing flower on his clothes. That man takes that flower. He gives them money in return for these things. Then we are shown that the people of that kingdom still don't like Maleficent from the heart. They think that she has stolen their princess. And she always wanted to kill Princess Aurora. Now the scene changes and we see Princess Aurora happy in the forest. She was the queen there. She was dancing with the different creatures. People bring their problems to her. She was told that a creature is missing from here. The creature whom that man stole. Hearing it, Princess Aurora becomes worried. Then those small heightened fairies arrive there. They start making her happy. They run while having her crowned so that she can run behind them. As Princess Aurora goes down, whom she saw? The same boy who came to her at the end of the Maleficent Part 1. He was not her true love then. He was a prince. His name was Prince Philip. He likes Princess Aurora for many years. And here he finally purposes her. Princess Aurora glances as she hears it. Because she also likes him. The crow of Maleficent means Diaval was also seeing all this. He goes and tells everything to Maleficent. Maleficent flies from there and comes to Princess Aurora to talk. The prince also goes to his parents to tell them that he likes a girl. Then we see that Prince Philip has arrived in his kingdom. Going there he tells his father means he tells the king, the queen, and others that I have purposed that girl. She is also accepted. Hearing it, his father means the king becomes happy. But the queen becomes sad. But she didn't show this to her son. She unwillingly says that okay, we will call Princess Aurora and her godmother at dinner. On the other side, we are seeing Maleficent is talking to Princess Aurora. She says that Princess, you should ask me once before getting engaged. Maleficent says that there is nothing like true love. The boys always deceive. That's why I was your true love. I love you from my heart. That's why I am saying well for you. Then Princess Aurora says that please don't think like this. If you have been duped, perhaps the rest of the world will not be. Maleficent says okay, I love you, that's why I'm agreeing with you. Now we see that the day arrives when both families will have dinner. The mother of Prince Philip goes to her secret closet. When she was going there, we are shown that it was an iron factory. When that queen was passing from there, we see a glowing flower there. There was also that creature with it that was stolen by a man. That queen goes and says to that man, hurry up, complete your work. Time is short. Then we see a spinning wheel there and there was the same needle on it. That was a mysterious scene, but we didn't know about the plans of that queen. And then here the scene changes. Now Maleficent, her crow who was in the form of a human, and Princess Aurora, they get ready in the forest to go to dinner. Princess Aurora was looking beautiful. As Maleficent puts her feet in that kingdom, all people get scared of her and start hiding. Some people take out their weapons. They were thinking that Maleficent is a bad witch. But Maleficent was enjoying them all. She didn't say anything to them. She keeps smiling. Now we see that they have arrived inside. Means inside the palace to the king and queen. Now the dinner starts. The queen consistently fails to make Maleficent happy or earn her approval. She makes her remember the old time of her. That you are the one who gave a curse to that princess. She wasn't talking well. She also says to Maleficent that you also had killed humans, remember? Maleficent also tells the queen that people from your kingdom came into my forest and stole my creature. The fight increases in them. The king says to his queen to keep quiet. What are you talking about? On the other side, Princess Aurora asks Maleficent, please stay calm. The queen doesn't forbid. She starts talking strangely. She says that if my son and Princess Aurora will get married, then who will be her genuine mother? Hearing it, Maleficent gets hurt. Because she was thinking of herself as the genuine mother of Princess Aurora. She spreads her wings and takes out green energy. With that energy, all fell at distance. The queen also gets scared without any reason and hides behind the king. The king falls down. The queen starts talking loudly that Maleficent has given a curse to the king. Aurora believes her. She asks Maleficent to remove her curse. Why you give curses to everyone again and again? Then Maleficent says that Princess Aurora, you are also saying this. I don't give any curse. But Princess Aurora doesn't believe in Maleficent. Because the queen has tackled her in a good way. Then the soldiers arrived there. They were about to attack Maleficent. Maleficent last time says to Princess Aurora last time that you will not come with me? Princess Aurora doesn't give her any answer. She sits with the queen and the king. Then Maleficent becomes sad and flies from there. Her crow was also with her. They break the window and go outside. But there was one more girl who was with the queen and the king. She attacks Maleficent with the iron bullet. Due to it, she falls into the ocean. Now we see that the king was faint in the castle. Then he was taken to his bedroom. All were worried. Then their son means Prince Philip says to kiss him on his forehead. She says that you love him truly. You are his wife, maybe he will get fine again. But the queen makes strange expressions inside. Because she doesn't love the king truly and she also doesn't believe in these stories. She was a greedy woman. She does this because his son says, but still the king didn't awake. When Aurora sees this, she says that I will talk to Maleficent that remove her curse. As she arrives in the forest, everyone says that we have not seen Maleficent yet. She didn't come here. On the other side, the companion of the king and the queen was keeping an eye on the ocean. That when will Maleficent come out of the ocean? But she sees that a creature came and takes Maleficent with it. She immediately tells everything to the queen. The queen says immediately stops her. On the other side, Aurora comes back from the forest in that kingdom. But a magical creature also comes into that kingdom while hiding in her horse. That creature arrives there where the previous creature was imprisoned. That man also imprisoned that creature. Princess Aurora says to the queen that I have not seen Maleficent anywhere. Does anything happen to her? Then queen says that don't get tension, she is strong, she will be there. She tries to entrap her. On the other side, the companion of that queen still keeps an eye on the ocean. As she will see Maleficent, she will make her kill. Then it was announced that within the next 3 days, there is a marriage of Prince Philip and Princess Aurora. We want to leave all the fights. We want to solve the fight, and all then creatures of the forest are invited to this wedding. Actually, it was their plan. They want to imprison all the creatures in the forest after killing Maleficent, so that nobody can secure them. Then they will occupy that forest. On the other side, we see that Maleficent wakes up. She was injured. She was hearing the voices of some creatures. They were saying that we will attack humans. They also have wings and horns on their head. They come to the forest for some place to live, because they were thinking that the forest can be the safe point for them. Before attacking the humans, Maleficent has also arrived there. One of the creatures moves towards Maleficent. It says to her to transfer her powers to us. How can we defeat humans? Tell us. But Maleficent throws it far. The name of those creatures' head was Bora. When he sees that Maleficent has the powers that she can throw anyone so far, he becomes happy that it will be easy to tackle her. Now the companion of Bora takes Maleficent to the cave. He tells her that here the bad and good fairies live together. Because the humans start hunting them, that's why they had to live together. Then he comes to a structure. That structure was still there and wasn't doing any movement. Then Bora's companion tells her that Maleficent, you are from their family. You are the last powerful and good fairy. That man tells Maleficent that you are most powerful. Soon you will arrive at the stage on which you will become the most powerful fairy in the world. But that last stage you do not cross yet, and that is to forgive Princess Aurora, because you loved her the whole life. There is a lot of courage needed to forgive someone from the heart. The one who forgives someone from the heart, that will be the most strong person in the world. Then Maleficent says, no, I can't forgive her. I always loved her, but she deceived me. Then Bora also arrives there. He tells that Prince Philip and Princess Aurora are getting married. We have a good chance to attack them. But Maleficent keeps quiet here. On the other side, we see that the Queen is torturing Princess Aurora with her talking. Princess Aurora was feeling this. She goes to Prince Philip and says to him that I am bearing this just because of you. Otherwise, I don't like the Queen. On the other side, we see that the man of the Queen who was working on the glowing flower. He prepares some dust powder from it. He tells that the fairies can die with it. I have prepared it to kill Maleficent. Seeing it, the Queen becomes happy. He also has a small fairy. As he throws that powder onto her, that fairy dies. The Queen becomes happy. That man says that I can make more powder only when you bring more glowing flowers. Then Queen orders her men to collect those flowers immediately. As her men arrive there to collect those flowers, Maleficent knows it. She also arrives there. But it was too late. Her soldiers have plucked off all the flowers. And Maleficent couldn't do anything here. She was sad, because always bad happened with her. Those soldiers attack Maleficent with the iron bullet. But then Bora's companion comes in front of her and saves her. Maleficent also makes a shield due to it. They get protected. Bora starts attacking other soldiers. But as Maleficent takes Bora's companion to the cave, he was dead. The next morning, we see that the events of the marriage of Prince Philip and Princess Aurora start. All the creatures of the forest were moving toward the kingdom. But as the crow of Maleficent, who was in the form of a human, goes inside, he was stopped. We see that Princess Aurora was looking beautiful. Prince Philip gives her a flower. That was none other than the glowing flower of her forest. Seeing it, she gets surprised that why the Queen sent this for me? She goes to search for the Queen. Then she finds that secret door. That flower was still in her hands. While walking, she reaches that spinning wheel. She starts seeing the visions that what was the curse and where they are taking me. She sees that there were 2 fairies imprisoned. Those creatures were imprisoned by that man. She was about to release them, but that man stops her. Then the Queen arrives there. She says to Princess Aurora that my kingdom was near that forest first. But those creatures and the ancestors of Maleficent harm my kingdom. My father was dead. But when my brother goes there to solve this matter, those creatures also killed my brother. When I was left alone, so I have to marry the king. He is my husband, but I don't love him. The Queen says that I will take revenge on all of you. She orders the soldier to imprison Princess Aurora in a room. They do the same. Then those creatures were also locked in a room. Then the powder which was prepared by that man was sprinkled on them. Due to it, all creatures become weak. The room in which there was Aurora and her wedding dress. She tore it and makes a long rope with it. She tries to go down from the castle. But then soldiers arrive there and Princess Aurora locks herself in the room. The crow of Maleficent, who was in the form of a human, he also comes inside the castle. On the other side, Prince Philip was sitting with his sick father. He doesn't know all this. Now the queen was on the roof of her castle. She was throwing bombs towards that forest. On the other side, Bora was also coming with his army to attack that kingdom. Meanwhile, getting a chance, Aurora hangs with that rope of clothes and comes down. She comes into the king's room and King Philip was also there. She tells everything that what had the queen done with her. Maleficent didn't give any curse to your father. That is given by your mother. Hearing it, Prince Philip gets shocked. On the other side, we see that Bora and his companions were coming to attack the kingdom. But the people of the kingdom were continuously attacking them. And they hold some of them. Then Princess Aurora sees the crow of Maleficent. That was in the form of humans. She says to him that to save the people we have to open the door of the church here. They begin to open the door of the church. They save all the creatures going there. The small fairies there fill the holes with the flowers from where that powder was sprinkling. Then that dusting powder couldn't come out from there. And it doesn't harm any creature. When the companion of the queen goes to make them fine, she herself falls down from there. Prince Philip goes to make her mother understand. But the queen orders the soldier to hold him. But before this, Philip jumps from the castle. Princess Aurora and the crow of Maleficent were also caught. But then Maleficent arrives there. Then she changed the crow into a big bear. That bear opens the door of the church and releases all the creatures from there. Maleficent starts attacking others and saving her peoples. Then Bora also arrives there and starts fighting with the soldiers of the queen. Philip comes and stops him and says that he is our general, don't say anything to him. Then Bora leaves from there. When the general sees that he had not killed me, he comes to know that who is actually cruel. This means the queen is the real oppressor. On the other side, Maleficent comes to the rooftop to that queen. Princess Aurora also comes to Maleficent and says to her, please don't kill the queen. Otherwise, everyone will think that you were cruel. But Maleficent says, no, Aurora, stay away. I don't want to listen to you. While weeping, Aurora says that please, mother, doesn't do this. When Maleficent hears the word mother from her mouth, her heart becomes soft. She becomes emotional. When they were looking at each other like this, it is obvious that the queen gets a chance to attack them. She throws the dusting powder to Princess Aurora. But Maleficent comes in front of her and saves the life of Princess Aurora. As the arrow shoots at Maleficent, she turns into ashes. Princess Aurora starts weeping. Seeing it, the queen gets happy and announced that now your Maleficent is no more. And I will occupy the whole place. But then we see that the tears of Princess Aurora fall on the ashes of Maleficent. Maleficent again revives and her big wings again come out. The queen gets aggressive. She pushes Princess Aurora down from the castle. But Maleficent saves her. Prince Philip also knew everything about his mother. That's why he also comes to Maleficent. Maleficent agrees to the wedding of Princess Aurora and Prince Philip. Then the small man also comes to Maleficent, who had imprisoned those creatures. He releases her creatures and gives her that needle from which that curse spread. They all come to know that the queen had spread that curse. Now the king was also awakened. Bora's army caught the queen and throws her. Maleficent turns her into a goat and decorates that place with flowers. Then she says to Bora that you are the good creatures, you can live with us. After it, she makes Aurora wears the wedding dress. Then she declared that we will stay together in one union. After it, Prince Philip and Princess Aurora get married. King was also happy and all peoples and creatures were clapping for them. Here both kingdoms meet. And they live happily. Then Maleficent says to Philip and Aurora that I will again come here when you will have a cute baby. After it, Maleficent leaves from there. Everything becomes peaceful. Here this movie means Maleficent Part 2 also ends. Thank you for watching.